Such a banger. Such a good song. Hi, welcome back. I'm listening to the new Danny Brown album, Stardust. I'm very excited for this because I'm a Danny Brown fan. As you can see by my very expensive Danny Brown tour shirt, I saw him on the Quaranta tour, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I paid too much for this shirt, but I'm not joking when I say this was the only piece of merch available. And it hurt my soul because every time I go to a concert, I like to collect a hoodie. And I have a nice collection. I've got like a Raleigh Ritchie one. I've got an Isaiah Rashad one. I've got a Saba one. I've got an Amine one. And I was really looking forward to getting a Danny Brown one as well. But unfortunately, this little thing called oops, they don't have any hoodies happened. And now we have just this shirt. So who knows? Maybe I'll like tie-dye it or something. Get it looking so fancy and nice. But as for right now, we are listening to the new Danny Brown project. I'm very excited for this because I have heard this is a bit more poppy. It's a bit more lighter, upbeat. People were complaining that, I saw one person complaining that this album wasn't very serious because his last album, he's like, I'm an adult. I got to start acting like an adult now. And he was like getting into his trauma a little bit. So they wanted just more of that. But I think it's totally fine for Danny to just do something different. I'm very much excited for that, actually. Feature-wise, the only people I know on here is Quadeca and Danny Brown, obviously, as well as Jane Remover. I listened to the new Quadeca album this year. I loved it. It's my album of the year so far. And then I listened to the Jane Remover, The Fire Sword. What was that one called? Revenge Seekers. Experimental Skin's one of my favorite songs of the year. But overall, I thought it was okay. So I guess we'll see if this album lives up to the hype. I don't really know what to expect other than Danny Brown maybe making some hyper pop-esque stuff, but that's okay. Track 1, Book of Daniel with Quadeca. Oh damn.
Good luck. Used to write rhymes till I start to tear up. Lost a couple punchline cause the ink smeared up. Now I made it past a decade. Who the top dot in Tepe? And that's me, the big three. Don't give a fuck what they say. How we go from mixtapes to clickbait. Try to play me, tell me how my fist tastes. Fuck punching in on my right to my wrist break. So they can see the words every time they hit play. Well, I believe, interpreted my dreams. I know who I am. I walk around this earth with my head held high. Cause I know I told the truth, and this game is a lie. Sleeping real good at night, cause I'm proud of myself. Say a prayer and I wake up because that rehab helped discover who I am. Now I know my life purpose, so it was all worth it. Not just pay me mine. I put my lifetime in between the paper lines. Every album is a chapter. When I die, that's life after. When the fat lady sings, just know you lived your dreams.
Oh. Oh, Daniel. Oh, Daniel. Oh, man. First off. I said first off. There we go. Goddamn. I got a big smile on my face after that one, man. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Somebody on Twitter, of course it was on Twitter, they were complaining about that? That was fantastic. That was amazing. That song alone, starting off with that, you can do whatever the fuck you want on this album. If you come in with that much confidence and just assurance in yourself off the bat, I gotta listen to whatever you're doing. I gotta trust you on this one, man. Yeah, that was great. That was a fantastic opener. Danny Brown sounded so good on that Quadeca with the amazing production. No, I'm very glad he wasn't more involved vocally. He was just like a support in that because it's called The Book of Daniel. It's the opening track to the Danny Brown album. That I want the focus to be on Danny, and it definitely was. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful soundscape backed up behind it. Starting off with heat, man. What can I say? That's exciting. All right, track 2. I think this was one of the singles released for this track, or for this album, I should say. Track 2, Starburst.
Hey, for these niggas, bosses, then tell me who the workers. Cause these niggas working pull up like leaving herders. They woke me up inside like listen to Evanescence. Was microphone chicken at 7 or half 7.
He sounds so good on this.
They woke up the monster, so I divide and conquer. But when they in them streets, they going nuts like Conquer. Big guy. Like a lunch rush came in and everybody caught in. These niggas want the smoke like 20 twin. Used to get hit with bricks like Debo at the end. Out here in them streets, keep them niggas from round you. Their purpose is a circus and these niggas a clown you. A mister with the pencil, a bird and the instrumental. I put it to your temple, then turn a nigga to lentil. And Bruno Mogley shoes, I'm leaving tracks of rental. I sent you with utensils, I'm chopping them with the Gensu.
This is so hot, man. This is so hot. Sounds like you're wiping a glass window. Ooh, where are we going?
Remarkable niggas is just a sparkle. To nuclear, I'm tubular, right with permanent markers. The only thing erases your face if you try to pop up. I'm locking up the game like punishment from your mama. You a snapshot photographer in the coma. I rain like the coma, they sleeping like they on soma. So when I get up on them, I'm still ain't shit like Winona.
How do you rap over that, man? How do you flow over that and make it still sound so good?
Drunk with Stardust, when you were lasered into life in a beautifully precise manner, you clocked that which you'd never see, the minutiae of the world's beauty, hunted it, surveying life's riches.
That track took me everywhere, man. That shit took me to outer space, bro. Wow. I thought all right, let's break it down because there's like 6 different parts of that track. I can start off fantastic. At first, when the beat switched the first time, about halfway through the song, I wasn't fully with it. I definitely think it was a bit of a step down, but he still flowed over that shit, man. Then at the end, a little bit of just like an instrumental outro, plus with the little monologue at the end there. Very interesting. Very interesting. I like the idea of him trying kind of like holding himself back, vegetarian with a carnivore spirit. And he's talking about the guy on the train. I'm like, okay, I don't really know what that means, but that's fine. Very interesting, very different sonically to track 1, and I have a very strong feeling that this is what the majority of the album is going to sound like based on what I've heard, and I'm interested. I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be good, and also just based on the a lot of the artists that are here. Like, for example, Jane Remover. And I think Fentanyl I might have heard a track from. But I think they are going to have a very similar sort of sound. So I think that is what we're going to hear a lot from Danny on this project. But that was very cool still. I really enjoyed it. Next up, I think another single for this album. Track number 3, Copycats. Oh, I heard a little bit of this on Twitter, I think.
Get what you want, not what you ask for. Sitting on money is what I stand for. It ain't that deep, the beat so shallow. Chose my path to walk a straight narrow. When the money talk, listen, it ain't cheap. Like I like the oil lawyer, I know what they wanna be. Kids look up to me, old model on the streets. All of that pride, I'm a rock star, baby, so I get what I want.
I'm being honest, and I would like to all that I wanted was to be like you.
Serial copycat, I want my money back. But honestly, tell me who you wanna be.
Looking up the star chest, might go blind, can't block my shine.
This is go crazy at a house party. Ooh.
I'm being honest, and I would like to all that I wanted.
It's a great track to dance to. Okay, first off, I think that was the lead single for this album, if I remember correctly, because I do remember hearing a little snippet of that chorus and being like, well, we'll see. And yeah, it was great. I quite like it. I think Underscore's on there like a once or twice, right near the end. It's like, tell me who you wanna be. They sung a lot like Jane Remover there, to the point that I had to look at their Spotify page and make sure that Underscores wasn't just a band that Jane Remover is in, but I don't think they are. I think it's just a similar voice. But regardless, yeah, that track especially, like, very easy listen. Very nice to be if you're at like a house party or something, even riding your car around with your friends in the back. A very nice, easy listen. I fuck with it. I also think that this persona fits Danny Brown very well, and I think he sounds really good over the sound, and it's really cool that he wants to do this. Typically, this is a lot of younger people have this sound, so I think someone like Danny getting into this scene is very fucking awesome, and I really love it. Yeah, I think he fits right in. Sounds great. Next track, the Joey Badass mixtape, 1999, featuring John Nascus. John Nascus. We'll go with John Nascus. John Nascus. Hold on. Okay, well, we'll go with John Nascus then. With John Nascus, track 4, 1999.
Nigga soft like smoking hookah when they ain't got no hoes around. If you don't know, but now I hate your jaw like Bobby Brown. I'm about to start a website called lameandnigga.com. Put you on that front page like what the fuck is you want? This big bruiser, we like the cruiser, and this ain't what you used to. My bitch be thick like Mewtwo, on every one phone like you two. I pull up with that duke, then start a riot like Zoop Soup. My bank account no choo-choo.
Oh.
Apocalypse, metropolis, and hellfire with a pot to piss. Try to throw it, put the flame on, still burn high when it rains out. Fingers up in my eyelids, I think it shines my eyesight. I can see a birth life, devil fucking past life. I can see a man, you are just found yourself in my life. I can see a body goes in the heat.
Ooh, I fuck with this. Well, that was certainly music that I have listened to. Okay, first off, I liked how Danny sounded on that. I think he was definitely by far the best part of that track. I liked his verses quite a lot. I think he was flowing over the quote-unquote beat quite a lot. But I'll be honest, the production on that, it was fine. It wasn't the worst produced track I've ever heard, but it was okay. I felt like there could have been a more significant drop in it at some point, but there wasn't. I was waiting for it to change up a little bit, and it kind of didn't, and that was very disappointing. Also, if you know me, you know that I don't really like screaming in my music, especially when it's the fast screaming. There's just something about it that seems very forced, and then unless you have the emotion behind it and what you're saying is so true to the core of you and you believe that shit and you just gotta scream it, it's the only way to get the message across. Unless it's like that, I really don't like it because it doesn't sound very good to me. And the feature on that kind of just did that, and that was very disappointing for me. I didn't really fuck with that too much. Oh well, hopefully we can pick it up on the next track, Flowers, track number 5, featuring 8485. This sounds like Copycats already. It's produced by the same person, I think. Oh my god. Wait, no, it's not. This is the who produced Starburst.
Rose from the mud and parted my 2 lips and say I'ma get it. Don't care what you get. That dirt, trauma and hurt, hunger and thirst. I'm putting me first. Forget me not, stick to the plot. For the morning glory, here to tell my story. Made it out that rain. Earn this my pain, not the sun now. Growing without a doubt. Through my iris, I see what this is. Gotta handle my biz, blossom like orchid. When they like, I won't just like that. not true. Fuck what they do. Bunch of pansies. I can't be sloppy and all poppy. Nobody can stop me. So why they copy? Acting all cocky. Things will get rocky. Sit back and watch.
Not gonna fall till the money's outer. Go home to the honey sours. I'm gonna get more than my flowers.
Love in the midst, a hug and the kiss can stop a bleeding heart. Now where do I start? Love in the midst, a hug and the kiss can stop a bleeding heart. Now where do I start?
Not gonna fall till the money's outer. Go home to the honey sours. I'm gonna get more.
She has a very good voice for this kind of beat, 100%. First off, shout out to 8485, which is I think how you say that. They definitely sound very Charlie XCX Rebecca Black, very in that same sort of pocket. So they sound very good on this track. I thought it was solid, something that I'm gonna go back to, but nothing that immediately off first rip blew me away at all. It was good. It fits the album. I can't complain too much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. Track 6, Lift You Up. That's cool.
Too fast, think we need to take it slow. Down my light just to see you glow. So you know what's up. Double down.
This is cool.
I don't know where to go with us. Break me down, lift you up. So you know what's up. Double down and double up. Why you always waiting? So busy with your hating. Never out working and you wonder why you hurting. All that hate in the heart got you always in that dark, but you never see the light. Don't know wave in the star. Need to get out on the grind. Everything'll be fine. Worry about yours, stop worrying about mine. Need to get in line, do shine, you'll shine. Feel like you at the bottom, but you never try to climb. Here we go, come back around just like merry-go. Moving too fast, think we need to take it slow.
That's a great line.
Down my light just to see you glow.
Essence maxing. I essence maxed on huffs of your vodka. I wanted to whisper sick, dirty things in your ear, but I knew it would make you crazy and we hadn't slept in days.
That was a very, very cool track. I quite like that one. That fit the house party dancing vibe really well. 100%, because it was a bit softer than some of the other tracks. And yeah, I think Danny sounded really, really good on it. It wasn't that complicated of a track, but I think that's perfectly okay. I don't think you need to have everything be like a Starburst, like a Book of Daniel. I think you can have some more laid back, chill tracks. I think that's perfectly fine. I'm not really, the little monologue outros at the end are kind of okay. They don't really do anything for me. They're just kind of saying some keywords, and maybe I'm completely missing the point of them. That isn't entirely possible. It's a first listen, right? But they are just, they're okay. I could probably do without them. That's okay. I don't mind. They haven't been taking up too much space, so it should be fine. Track number 7, Green Light, featuring Frost Children, another group that I've heard of but have not listened to, so this will be exciting.
I'ma just do what I have to do. Lay you down like a mat, cause I wanted to. Ride around city lights, baby, you better get down low. Take me all the way and I'ma take it real slow.
Putting on your lip gloss in the rear view, looking so good while I just ride slow. Take you where you wanna go. We can ride till the wheels fall off. Send shotgun, it's about to pop off. Firework like New Year's Eve. Just stay here, don't want you to leave. Red light, green light, let's get right. Got my guard down, not putting up a fight. Toes on the dash and I hope it don't crash. Heartbeat fast, gotta keep control.
Nothing's gonna stop me from giving you. Oh, baby girl, I wanna see you. Nothing's gonna stop me from giving.
on the highway. Hate to be frank, I'ma do it my way. Changing lanes while she do her thing. Got a smart mouth with a genius brain. Hands on the wheel while she giving me chills. Tints on the window, keep it concealed. When she do that, don't want her to stop. Rhythm of the beat, why the speakers not? Use your tongue, got me so sprung. Girl, you can get whatever you want.
Ride around city lights, baby, you better get down low.
I like his voice in this pocket right here. It's very nice. Interesting. Another solid track. Another one that I don't really have a lot to say about, I don't think. Frost Children, I believe they're siblings? Yeah, okay, so they are siblings, and I think the male vocalist on that track was also the person who was doing the little monologues at the end, so it's a little bit connected here. I think someone who would sound really good on this album is in a very similar sort of musical scape is Break-Ins. If you know me, you know I don't really like break-ins, but I do kind of see the similarities in some of the music that is going on here. Another solid track, nothing that I have anything too much to say. I like it. Track number 8, What You See with Quadeca. This sounds like the Kevin, he's singing like the fucking Kevin Abstract song. Hold on. I would be at a red light all my life. Let me just see if you hear it. Hold on, give me one sec. I would be at a red light all my life. All right. He said that's him singing like that. Okay. And then he goes, it's a little bit similar.
Got my heart broke once and haven't recovered since. After that, I said that I would never be faithful again. Used to fuck them and leave them. Why would they believe them? Would say anything to get my face up in their cleavage. Skied on butt cheeks and I wouldn't pass him a napkin. Trapped in my ego, getting whatever he want. Abuse my power, taking advantage of other people. Low self-esteem had me getting you out your jeans. Chasing after flings, thought love was just a dream. Self-sabotage, I thought it was a mirage. Play it for life, but it was all a facade. How could you love someone that don't even love theyself? Coping mechanism with drugs, thought it would help, but you never gave up. How did you put up with all the lies I was living? How could you even trust? I was stuck down and out, and I see what love is about. Resisting temptation, cause it's all about us. Through the ups and downs, stay by my side. Now I got something to live for. I was dying inside.
Danny. That's the quad touch right there, man. That's the quad touch right there. Look, I don't want to be one of those obnoxious Quadeca fans who are on Twitter all the time and like on YouTube and shit, being very annoying. Oh my god, he's the greatest artist of this generation. He's untouchable. He's the best. But to me, the two tracks with Quadeca have sounded so different than this entire album. And just the production, just with how many elements there is, with the pacing of everything, it's just a step up to me. A lot of the other tracks, they are in, put it this way, they are in a genre that I don't listen to very much because I don't like the music that much. Like, there's a lot of tracks on here, like Flowers, Copycats, Green Light, that I like these tracks. I will probably play them again in a club setting, in a party setting. But if it's just me, if I want to sit down and listen to music, it's not exactly what I'd play. I'd play something more like, honestly, the Book of Daniel or Starburst even. And it's very, very interesting. I think it still fits, but at the same time, I think that those two tracks are definitely standing out a lot more. I was not expecting deep voice Danny at all, really, on this whole album. When I got to like track 2, I was like, okay, I don't think we're gonna get him. It doesn't really fit the theme of the album, and I kind of agree with that. Like, What You See was a great track, but if I play that next to Copycats, they feel like they're two very, very different sounds and very like different subject matters. I liked it still, don't get me wrong. Just that it's kind of interesting. It's gonna really make the next 6 tracks important to me in how they sound, because if they sound more like this, then I think that'd be a lot better and make more sense than if they all sounded kind of like Copycats or Green Light, more of the dancey tracks after this. I'm not saying there can't be any, but if it's 7 of those, or like let's say 5 of those next remaining tracks are that, then it's gonna be a little weird, a little out of place. But we'll see. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Track 9, Baby, featuring Underscores. And this is what different.
She wanna be my babe, juicy just like ocean spray, but taste like Aquafina, highlights, have you seen her? Princess like Mona Lisa, work her art, I can't believe it.
That's cool.
When peaches, you don't know, I'ma make you a believer. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do to keep that close, and I hope you know.
Do you wanna be my baby? Do you wanna be my baby? 'Cause I've been waiting, come on, be my baby, baby. Do you wanna be my baby? Do you wanna be my baby?
Be my B-A-B-Y, where you looking like lazy eye.
This is great. This is my favorite part of the track by far.
See, I won't tell no lies, that thing smell like pumpkin spice. Make me wanna throw the rice, look in your eyes and roll the dice. All I need to get by, can't do no wrong, 'cause it feels so right. Everything I do for you, all them dreams I had came true. Got me going crazy, so quit playing right now and be my baby.
Do you wanna be my baby?
This chorus just takes the wind out of my sails, man.
'Cause I've been waiting, come on, be my baby. Do you wanna be my baby?
So here's the thing with pop music. If you're doing a pop track, chances are you're going to be hearing the chorus a lot. Minimum 2 times in the track, upwards of even 4 or 5 times. So you got to make sure, in my opinion, my humble opinion, that the chorus is really, really good. If it's not really good, and it's kind of just like a step down from your verses, then you're not going to want to keep coming back to the chorus. And that's kind of the problem I had with Flowers as well, even Green Light as well. It's just like Danny on the verses is so good. He's doing fantastic. It sounds amazing. When he isn't like, here, hold on, let me find it. This
Princess like Mona Lisa, work her art, I can't believe it.
sounds incredible. But then you get to the chorus and everything kind of drops out, and it's not saying really anything. It's not that catchy. It's, in my opinion, the worst part of the track. And that's kind of why I don't really like this genre of music very much. I don't know what to call it. You can call it hyperpop, I guess. I wouldn't really classify as hyperpop. Like, I'm very terrible at genres, so I don't know, like alt pop? I don't know, man. Either way, it's something that hasn't really been for me, and I think that's a great example why, because like when Danny Brown was on that track and given those verses, it was my favorite part of the song. Hands down. But when he went back to the chorus and everything kind of just like, because he's got like this nice momentum, he's keeping up with the upbeat beat, and then just, do you want to be my baby? Do you want to be my baby, baby? And it just kind of crashed it for me. A little bit disappointing, but what can you do? Really? What can you do? I'll probably still keep listening to track 10 featuring Isbroki, whatever the case. That's goofy.
Who gon' stop me? Pull up with an hour a brand new body. Watch so rocky, change up. These niggas thirsty. Fuck up. You gon' take what? Well, try. Guarantee I put trademarks on your eye. Ain't no way. Okay. Niggas looking like they got something to say. Are you okay? Need help? Why you looking at me? Go and knock someone out.
Hit me.
Okay, bad dragon is stashing my cape. That faggot ain't pumping the brace. Bad bitch, give a fuck what you say. Me and Danny in the case, doing shit that ain't say. Brokey got this shit jumping. Your rappers can't touch me. How you gon' comment? Some haters shit still tryna fuck me. For real, it's so ugly. I do this shit for the art, it just come with the money. These hoes wanna suck me. I put a stake through their neck, now I'm looking like Buffy.
You know what? That was pretty cool. I like that it didn't overstay its welcome. It's literally just Danny goes, then Brokey goes, done. You're out of there. 2.5 minutes. Yeah, that was very cool. Very, very interesting. I fucked with it. It's another song that I could see myself playing when I was at a function, so to speak. A cool track. I don't really have a lot to say about it other than it sounded good. That's what you get from me. I mean, with the subject matter, we could talk about Bad Dragons if you want, but I'm good. I'm good. It's a Monday morning. I don't need to be talking about Bad Dragons. But again, I thought it was a cool track. Absolutely nothing I really got to say to that. I think Danny came in really nice, and I think Brokey carried that energy really well too. Great, good stuff. Track 11, I Love My Life, featuring Fentanyl. I have a feeling we're gonna have a very similar sound to this album, but let's see.
Everything ain't what it seems. 2K for them jeans, I'm so fresh, so clean. Living that life before a king. Dream so far-fetched, I'm so blessed. Got everything in check, so just let me flex. Give me that neck, don't let stone my head. What is this? Tried to count me out, but I'm still counting up. What the fuck? Thought that I would stop, but I'm still turning up.
Ooh. See, that was a good drop. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. That's good. And if I said that was one of the best produced tracks on the album, what then, huh? What then? I Love My Life. Shit. I love that track. That was good. That was really, really good. That was definitely probably one of my top 3 so far. I really, really love that one. It had a really nice build up. Just like it was very much controlled chaos, I think, because there was still a lot of sounds. There's a lot of distortion when that chorus dropped, but because it's just the instrumental and it's a bit more, there's no vocals over it. It's not like constant new sounds and beats all the time. It's letting those long notes happen. It gives the track a lot of space, a lot of gravitas, a lot of size, if you will. That was fantastic. I was very, very pleasantly surprised by that track. That's definitely one of my favorites. Hands down. I'm not just saying that either. That was great. Track 12, Right From Wrong, featuring Namdi.
Put yourself above everyone, you be alone. Need to humble yourself or find someone else. Just counted up the cards and it wasn't a full debt. Had to better myself when grudges wasn't kept. Had to take those steps to get help for my health. Now we back on road, just cracked the code. Acting brand new, that's what the money you do. Remember
That
them
vocal
days when you
layering
used
was
to
so
shit shoes? Now I got
good.
more kicks in a baby and mother's stomach, while you niggas just a crumb in the world with a rich running.
Arbitrarily, so functionally. It's hard to make the jealousy turn into actual inspiration. That's what I need. Inspiration. And everything will be restored.
I'm so conflicted. I remember you was conflicted. Listen. There's a point in that track where I'm pretty sure it's Namdi on the chorus fills my ears in such a way that is so full that I goddamn love it. I cannot believe how good it sounds. It scratches every itch and tickles every bone in my body. Here, let me try and pull it up again. That's spectacular. Feel like it's too late. Oh, I'm giving myself chills. But unfortunately, we know how I feel about the monologues on this track, on this album. I feel like they're fine, but I think that they would have been better coming just like from Danny. Getting someone else to do it is okay, but at the same time, it's from his perspective, and it definitely, especially towards the end, just stops the track to speak at you, which I think is okay. It's understandable, but at the same time, I think you can do it this frequently if you have a concept that's a little bit harder to understand, that's maybe a little bit more in depth, more in detail. But since this is a pretty relatively simple premise, it's just, I've been doing things like this my whole life, I want to try doing things like this now. That's a very simple premise. So I don't think that we need one of the Frost Children to come on like once every 4 tracks to be like, man, my life is like this, but I'd like it to be like this. It kind of kills it for me, and especially on this track, which I was really vibing with. And then the monologues come, and it's fine. If it was, put it this way, if it was written better, and it was written in a more engaging and deeper way, then maybe I would have something to say. But when you say the words like, what do you say? Maybe I'm not goated.
Jot down all the reasons you're goated, stopping halfway through. You believe true.
You jot down all the reasons you're goated. Fuck, I sound so old saying this. I'm 23 years old, by the way. But it's new age speak that just, it doesn't sound that good to me. And I want to listen to that track, but at the same time, I don't want to have to skip the outro because I don't want to hear about someone say the word goated that much. That being said, this was very cool, and I really liked Namdi, what they did on that track. And you know what? They get a follow on Spotify from me. But that's it. That's all I can do. I can't in good conscience add that song to my likes because I know for a fact that there's a significant part of it that I don't like. Anyways, that's just me. We're almost towards the end, so we will hit up the by far longest track. Maybe? Let me just see. Yeah, by far the longest Danny Brown track I've ever heard in my life. Track 13, The End, featuring Ty Ukrenka, Gina, and Synthoni. 8 minutes 43 seconds. Here we go.
Fight within myself, I took that L and lost that war. I was living in hell, a mental seal down on the score. Blamed everyone but myself, and when left was the problem. Couldn't get no help, they all gave up, I think we lost them. I'm my own worst enemy, the biggest problem was me. Couldn't cope, I lost hope and I lost control.
Pianos in the back are so nice.
Addiction had me by the throat, I couldn't breathe, just choke. Addiction contradictions, wouldn't listen, lost my vision. Blinded by that drinking, but my problems couldn't admit. Down bad, going out sad, and no one could get through to me. Couldn't own that, I was on that, off the drugs was losing me.
Miałam się nie poddawać, lecz wiedziałam jak Kassandra, jeśli puszczę tylko licy, będzie bardzo, bardzo źle. Więc Agrego samca zamieniałam się w robaka. Rację miała Kaja, nie był ze mnie żaden tam. Uncle Danny, ja sobie nie radzę. Uncle
A lot of this song is not in English, if you hadn't noticed. But I did catch ooh, Uncle Danny. This is sounding very cool so far, I gotta say. I wonder if it's gonna switch up, because I think it'll be hard to go for 8 minutes and 43 seconds like this, but I think we'll see. A little switch up here.
Even if they judge, don't get no fuck. Gotta show what you made up. Gotta keep it up, trust in yourself. Show love even though they hate us. Gotta make it work and know your worth. And don't sell short for no one. Gotta stand up tall, went through it all. In due time you will show up. Been through that fire, ain't no liar. Made it about that struggle. Had a couple priors, I got tired. Wrapped up in that hustle. Until my dream, and can't believe I made it and I'm still here. Let me share that shit, but I think of those years. Wait, wasn't no hands in the air. Yeah. I know my place and play it safe. And think about is it worth it? I seen that like put up a fight, even though them days got dark. Don't set my sight on what is right, and I know I can't fall.
Damn.
We can have perfection like before. I really believe that we can have perfection if we really try. I can count it all up and assemble it back together. Now, humor was corny, stoicism was too obvious, but God, can we enjoy something before we crest and sink into sleep? Can we enjoy something before we crest and sink into something before we crest and sink into sleep forever?
I mean, you know how I feel about the monologue outros at this point. I'm not gonna beat that dead horse anymore. I thought that was a cool track. I did think that it was a really good wrap up to this project, talking about where he's been and just the fact that not only is he still here, but he's not going anywhere. This is not the end of Danny Brown, and I'm a big fan of that. I'm very, very happy. I'm very curious after this album if he's going to keep making, and I say this on pretty much every album reaction where I'm like, what's next? But still, I'm very curious if he's going to keep up this sort of sound, or if he is going to start experimenting with other sounds, or even going back to older sounds. Because this is it's a sound that I personally am a little neutral towards. I like a bit of, like, a decent amount of it, but at the same time, I certainly don't love it, and I certainly have a lot of it that I dislike. So I would be pretty neutral to Danny continuing this direction. But that being said, this track was pretty cool. I quite liked it. I think it built up really good. It had a lot of very solid Danny-ness in it. Can't complain. The features were performing really great, kept it interesting, kept it light, kept it going. They didn't slow it down until, of course, the very end when it fucking careens to a halt to kind of hash on the same points that like we know, because Danny just rapped about it. I think, I don't know, it's a little, it comes off as, all right, peep this. It comes off as someone spoon feeding you information with the most beautiful spoon you've ever seen. And they'll be like, yeah, this diamond encrusted spoon is very good. It's very delicious. But at the same time, you're still spoon feeding me the information. I'm a big boy. I know what Danny's trying to say because he's saying it well enough. The message is coming across perfectly clear. And then on top of that, the last 2 minutes of the track are someone saying, and this is what the story's all been about. You don't want people to love you because you struggle to be seen and perceived. And it's like he literally said that. There's a track called What You See, where the Quadeca's like, what do you see in me? I get it. I get it. I can't complain too much, but like at the same time, it's unnecessary, I think, is my biggest gripe with it. It's unnecessary, and I think it kind of fucks with the pacing of the album a little bit. Because there's some times where I'm like, all right, a song can end now. And then just some shit comes on where it's like, this is what that song was about. And I'm like, all right, great. Tell me I'm goated again. Go ahead. Anyways, that being said, one more track number 14, All For You. which is kind of interesting because I'm pretty sure Danny's doing this for himself, which I mean, he's making art, so he fucking better be. But that being said, one more track, All For You, featuring Jane Remover. Let's go.
Back when I was in the thick of it, used to dreams of days like this. Didn't know I could make it here. Stage fright overcame no fears. Wrote raps till that ink ran dry. Wanted so bad that I just might cry. Had my favorite tape on repeat. Listen all night till I fell asleep. All I wanted was to be a rap star. Didn't know I could make it this far. All I wanted was to spit those bars, and I made it here against all odds. All I wanted was to be a rap star. Didn't know I could make it this far. All I wanted was to spit those bars, and I made it here against all odds. Now I do it all for you. Now I do it all for you. Man, y'all made me a man. Y'all like my angels on my shoulder. Devil in the rear view, I still hear you. I'ma keep going till my life is over. Now I do it all for you. Now I do it all for you.
Oh, yeah.
Now I do it all for you. Now I do it all for you. All for you. Now I do it all for you. Now I do it all for you. All for you. Now I do it all for you. Now I do it all for you. All for you.
Very interesting. I love it. I love that it's a message to the fans. That's fantastic. I like when artists do that. Sometimes it can be a little like with the Jid album. Jid did it and I thought it was because he was saying like he kind of closed off that album in a very similar way to the way he closed off his last album, but I think he did it better on his last album. And so his message to his fans was like kind of, it was okay. I didn't really get anything from it. This one, very different though, because this whole album is Danny trying something very new. At least very new to what he's been doing at the time, and collaborating with a bunch of artists he hasn't really worked with before, I don't think, and just a bunch of sounds. I think it was really good. It's a very good thing to just say that like I'm doing it all for you. Like this is good. I like that he is connecting with his fans, because there's definitely been sort of like a hyperpop-esque side of music that has wanted Danny Brown for a while. So I know for a fact that this is going to be a lot of people's, maybe not favorite Danny Brown project, but one of their favorite projects of the year for sure, because it just hits the sound that they want. It's got all their favorite artists and Danny Brown on it. So how could you go wrong, right? My biggest complaint with that last track was the beat was kind of stagnant. It's kind of this the whole time. It kind of doesn't change, and that kind of disappointed me, but it's okay. Stardust by Danny Brown, what did I think? Overall, I think this is a very solid project. I don't think it is... okay, so I'm gonna expose myself right now. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Album-wise, I have only listened to everything after You Know What I'm Saying. So I haven't listened to XXX. I haven't listened to Old. And most importantly, I haven't listened to Atrocity Exhibition. I still like this album. I still listen to Really Doe all the time. Ain't It Funny? Fantastic. But there's a lot of this album that I haven't heard. So I definitely need to listen to this album. You don't gotta tell me. I know what it looks like. But interestingly, of the, let's say, 4 Danny Brown albums I've listened to, You Know What I'm Saying, Scaring the Hose, Quaranta, and Stardust, this is easily, I think, my least favorite. It's just, for me personally, a lot of it didn't really land, but the stuff that landed, it landed. Book of Daniel, fantastic. Starburst, in fact, these are my, actually, I'll wait till the end. But there's a few standout tracks on here that definitely worked for me. 100%. This still hurts my soul. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Hold on. That's too good. It's too good for me to sleep on. I'm sorry. That part overarcs. I'd skip it. I'll skip the end. I don't care. I'd rather skip the end. There's a lot of appeal on this album. I think, like, I'm put it this way. I'm definitely gonna be sharing this with my friends. Ben, if you're watching, You know I shared this with you. There's a lot of cool tracks on this. I think it's a good way to put you onto a lot of new artists. That being said, I think a decent chunk of this album is in a soundscape that I, again, am just not that big of a fan of, so it's not really for me, but I totally see the appeal to it. And yeah, I think overall this album was a fun listen, an entertaining listen. At the same time, I can't help but be, I don't even want to say disappointed. I'm not going to say disappointed actually, because I kind of knew that this is what the album was going to be, and I knew going into it, like, for example, this is how many liked songs I have off it on First Rip, right? Let's look at the new Jane Remover album, which I listened to. I have three tracks that I liked. So it's definitely in a genre and playing around with a genre that I don't really like a lot. And for doing that, I think, put it this way, if it wasn't Danny Brown, over half of these songs I would not have liked nearly as much. But how can you say that? Because it's a Danny Brown album, right? So overall, if I had to give Stardust by Danny Brown a number score based on my first listen, again, this is my first listen. It's bound to change. By the end of the year, it will be different. I fucking assure you. I would give Stardust by Danny Brown. I'm feeling a solid 7, I think. 7 out of 10. Because it's okay. It's okay. It's not what I wanted, quote unquote, from a Danny Brown album. And I think there's definitely some missteps here, but there's some really great tracks here at the end of the day. I think conceptually, it's a great idea. I think Danny pulled it off really well. It's just musically, sonically, not for me. But shout out to Danny Brown. And shout out to you for watching this. If you liked it, let me know. I'm a Danny Brown fan. So seeing this, I was excited for today. And I think I'm a little bit let down, but ultimately I'm still glad I listened to it, and I'm still glad that it is solid. It could have been a lot worse. Put it that way. It could have been a lot worse. So shout out to Danny Brown. Shout out to all these beautiful features, and shout out to your beautiful face. Thanks so much for watching. I love you lots. Take care, and I'll see you in the next musical reaction where I'm reacting to more music. Okay, bye.